So they say a bad day fishing beats a good day at work, right? Well, we got to do both, but ours was the type of phishing that starts with a PH. So what I mean by that is, you know those suspicious emails that you received over the last week or so? Yep, that was us. And by we, I mean the tech team. We created a simulated phishing campaign, and we did this for two reasons. One, to understand how susceptible we actually are to this type of cyber attack. And two, to start educating us better about the real data theft dangers out there. Data theft sounds pretty generic and not very menacing, but what if I say it like this? We had a cyber attack which caused the identity theft of dozens of students and staff. Unfortunately, most people don't even find out about the identity theft they had until after the financial loss has already occurred. And much worse than that, I'm not even going to go into a detailed example about what could happen if private student data was stolen and it ended up in the harm of one of our students. So here are the results of our phishing campaign by the numbers. 60 of us staff were successfully phished. 9 of us were phished more than once. This equates to approximately 19% of us, our staff, that were successfully phished. So here's the good news. The percentage of us that was successfully phished is slightly better than average across all industries. And 20 of you that saw these suspicious emails even reported it. That was great. The bad news is that it only takes one of us to take the bait and click once on a link in a phishing email, and that'll cause a cyber attack. Back to real phishing for me.
So let's take a closer look on how we were phished in this campaign. The number one email that caught us was Target. Is that any surprise? I don't think so. Here's what the email looked like in your inbox. More specifically, if you were to look at the email address on it, you'll notice that it didn't come from target.com. Instead, there's another email at the top. The second highest email that hooked our readers was from Apple. More specifically, it was an email asking to purchase Spotify Premium. The third highest catch was from Amazon. Quite frankly, we thought that was going to be number one. In this case, there was evidence of ordering a router, but once again, if you looked at the email at the top, you can see that it is not from Amazon.com. Checking out those email addresses is really the key to determining if you're being phished or not. Overall, there were a total of 13 different email templates being used in this campaign. That way, it wasn't really evident that everyone was getting the exact same email. The next top 3 in line for catching our readers were the Google Calendar appointment reminder, and then Tide, Apple iCloud storage, and Starbucks free coffee. In this phishing campaign, it kept track of every time one of these emails was opened. In addition, you are considered phished when you actually click on a link in one of those emails. And that's probably the most dangerous when you click on one of the links. It's also interesting to note that 16% of us are using out-of-date browsers. And that in itself can present a security risk as well. So it's important to update your browsers when you get those notifications. So let's remind everyone what to do if you should receive an email that looks like phishing in the future. The first thing you should do is take a screenshot, and that's a Command-Shift-4, and that will go onto your desktop. From there, you should complete a help desk ticket and attach that screenshot to the help desk ticket. Finally, you should report the email as phishing, and you do that by going to the 3 dots, which is More in the upper right-hand corner, and then clicking on Report Phishing. Overall, we didn't do too bad on this initial phishing campaign. However, it only takes one wrong click to cause problems, so we need to be diligent about making sure we're looking at emails closely.